Hello and welcome to the Empires Summit, part of the Real and the Raw Leaders Movement Now Revolution. I'm so excited to have you with us and for you to dive into all of the incredible talks that incredible women have shared with you from across the globe, their own personal stories of triumph and tribulation, from adversity to alchemizing into abundance, whatever that abundance looks like in their world. And I want to kick things off and share with you a little bit of my story and a little bit of what I'm navigating right now, because at the heart of the Real and the Raw movement, it is about embracing the human. It's about removing the pedestals, the smoke and the mirrors, pulling back the curtains and really showing and sharing with our audience, with our clients and with our community that behind it all, we're all the same. We're all here navigating exactly the same thoughts, feelings, and emotions. The only difference is how much we share of it, how much we show of it, and ultimately how we lead ourselves through it. Self-leadership is the heartbeat of the Real and the Raw movement. Knowing that that gets to be what you are known for, what people pay you for, and what it makes you so magnetic. So I want to take you back to virtually 1 year to the day. We are on 7th of April right now as I record this, and April 2024 last year was very, very different, let me tell you. You know when you get your little memories pop up on Facebook, and one popped up for me over the weekend, and I was promoting and marketing my new first ever workshop experience called Metamorphosis. Now, the name alone gives me goosebumps, because little did I know that that would be a blaze of fire given to me from the universe. It was like, okay, you're going to host a workshop called Metamorphosis. Well, you are going to embody what metamorphosis looks like, and you are going to really live the experience that here you are teaching others. As if all of the prior metamorphoses that I'd been through were not enough. But alas, this was the plan that was meant for me that I didn't realize I needed. And so I went on holiday into Turkey halfway through this program in April. And whilst I was there was zero internet. We rocked up to this like 5-star hotel. It's absolutely incredible. And I tried to get on the Wi-Fi and it's virtually non-existent. Now at this time, I am a workaholic. I am doing all of the things. I am obsessed with social media. I'm constantly on Instagram because I feel like if I step away for even a day, everything's going to come crumbling down. Because everyone around me, they're showing up non-stop. So if I don't, they're going to overtake me. My clients are going to move to them. Everyone's going to forget about me, and everything that I've built so far is just going to vanish overnight. Have you ever felt like that? Like you have to be constantly on the go, constantly pushing. Some may say hustling, that masculine do energy. That was me. And so to hear that there was no internet was, for many, I'm sure, a blessing. For me, it was the opposite. It was like, are you kidding me? What am I meant to do? Like relax for a week? I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. That sounds like hell, quite frankly. Because I'm also obsessed with my work, and that is still true now. I love what I do, and I don't see it as work. But anyway, I had no choice. There was nothing I could do. I could not miraculously create internet in Turkey where we were. So I had to surrender. And that meant that I had time to come away from social media, not through choice, but through having no choice, right? Like it wasn't a choice. The choice was taken out of my hands. So there was no other alternative. And what happened is over a few days, I began to realize the weight that I had been carrying around. And it was like the fog started to lift, and I really realized that this was not healthy, that I was not in a good mental space, and that everything that I was doing because I felt like I had to. Because I felt like if I didn't, I would lose everything. Have you ever felt like that? And then came the day. The day before we left, I had a call booked in with my mentor. It was already booked. And to this day, I don't know why we chose to do it on Zoom when there's no internet. But I'm here, right? Picture this. Literally dangling over my balcony in like 30-degree heat, sun beaming down, trying to get signal on his phone. I can't see her. Like, that's not happening. So I'm trying to hold it close to me so I can at least hear her. The words are breaking up. And I have tears running down my face. My kids are in the other room getting ready to go to the pool, and I'm just beside myself. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Why is everyone around me blowing up and living like the life of their dreams? And yet here I am blowing up on the outside. Everyone's like, I'm attracting 6, 7, 8-figure industry leaders into my world. Like, the trajectory is like that. And yet I feel like this every single day, comparing myself, consuming non-stop, feeling like I was completely inferior and inadequate to everyone else around me. What do I do? And this is where the penny dropped. Because my mentor at the time, I absolutely loved, she was not my savior because I needed to save myself, but she was the one who allowed me to see what I needed to see, what I couldn't see before. And she said to me, Claire, are you happy? My silence said everything. Of course I'm not happy. Like, I've just been on the phone crying to you. What kind of stupid question is that? But then it was like, the mask dropped. No, I'm not happy. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I know I'm meant for so much more than this, and I don't know what to do. And she said, you have 2 choices. You can keep doing what you're doing. You're going to keep making money, but you're going to keep feeling like this. Or you stop everything for an unknown period of time without any ulterior motive, without any knowing of where the journey's going to take you, without trying to control the outcome, and allow yourself to find who you really are again, because you're so lost in all the noise that you don't even know who you are. And God, when she said that, even now, like the hairs on my arms have stood up, because I knew, I didn't want to, but I knew that that was what I had to do. And so that was the moment. And I said, it's not going to be easy, I know, but anything has to be better than feeling like this. I cannot go another day feeling like this. And so I will do whatever it takes, even if it takes 10 years, to know that on the other side of that, I'll be in my life's purpose. I'm willing and I'm ready. And I'm ready to move with courage. And I'm ready to do it. And that was the moment. That was the line in the sand. I came back, stayed off of social media for the whole weekend. And on Monday, I spoke to my audience and my community and I said, well, I've been away for a week. And a lot has changed because I no longer am doing what I'm doing. I was doing personal branding and content at the time. I'm no longer a coach, no longer a mentor. I don't know who I am, quite frankly. But I'm going on a journey to find out. I am going to enter what I called the void because I didn't know what was in store for me. It really was the unknown. I don't know how long I'm going to be there. I don't know who I'm going to be on the other side. I don't even know if I'll have anything to offer you on the other side. But I know that this is what I need to do. And come along with me if you want to share that journey with me. And if you don't, that's not for you. That's fine. Feel free to remove yourself from my space. And that was the start. That was the start of alchemizing that lack, that scarcity, that comparison, that inferiority, that inadequacy, that self-doubt, all of that was holding me back, and alchemizing it into abundance. An abundance of all kinds. Abundance of happiness, first and foremost, at last. Abundance of freedom, not being chained to my phone non-stop. Abundance of money starting to flow to me virtually every single day. We'll get to that in a minute. Abundance of love for myself, love for my kids, love for everyone around me, love for the journey and not waiting for the destination, because the destination doesn't exist. The journey is all that we have, and falling back in love with that in itself. So that period of going into the void, something magical happened. And I didn't plan it. I didn't mean for it to happen. Remember, at that time, I didn't even know what was going to unravel before my eyes. Hindsight is 20/20, of course, and we can share with such wisdom from hindsight. But when we're in it, we're in it. And when I was in it, I started to share that journey. And I started to share it as I was living it. No ulterior motive. I had nothing to sell. I had nothing to gain other than knowing that if I could share something that felt so stretchy to share, something that we're made to believe as leaders we shouldn't share because we'll lose authority, we'll lose credibility, we'll definitely lose clients. I started to share all of that, the messy middle, the bit between who you once were and who you're becoming. In it, not in hindsight. And some days that looked like writing red lipstick all over my face with words that I'm feeling. Some days it looked like doing warrior war paint and photo shoots and getting naked and really feeling so vulnerable and so seen and so visible, but for truly who I was, not for the mask, not for the facade, not for the success, but for the human experience that I was living, that I was being. And as I started to share that, the magic started to show itself. And I started getting messages from leaders that were what I would have previously pedestaled, right? Way ahead of me on their journeys, financially speaking. And they started to come into my DMs and they were like, Claire, what you are doing, this is so needed. This is so needed. There is too much fakeness. There's too much curation. There's too much facade in the online space. We need more real and we need more raw and we need more authenticity, but not the fake authenticity that we just say we are to tick a box, but the real, true kind. And what you're doing is incredible. And I'm cheering you on. And I know that this is going to go somewhere. And I was detached because I had no idea what was going to unfold. But sure enough, week after week, the momentum started building and I would be crying and throwing tantrums and rages and then I would have days of elation and liberation and aha moments and lightness and flow and ease and joy and pleasure and oh my God, it was like the beauty in the pain. The light in the darkness. And I started to see the yin and the yang. I started to see I had to be in this experience because it was showing me what I couldn't see before. I was living the very thing that I was here to change in the world. I couldn't build that from my mind. It had to be born through my experience. And after 4 weeks or so, it felt like the light overshadowed the darkness for the first time. And I sat on my bed and I remember it vividly. I was wiping off this red lipstick that I'd painted all over my face, right? All of these words, these emotions that I was feeling. And that's a bugger to get off, I tell you. And as I wipe it off, I remember one of the words, I think it was here. It was raw. And as I tried to wipe it off, it was like it landed real and raw. This is what you've been. And this is the thing that you're here to bring into the world. This is what the world needs. This is what the industry is craving. This is what needs to change. What you have just done, everyone needs to do that. It shouldn't be so taboo. This should be normal. To share how you're feeling, what you're navigating, and how you're leading yourself through it as you're doing it. That should be normal. And from that moment on, Real and Raw started to snowball. There has not been one moment from that day that I have doubted the power and the impact and the significance and the importance of this movement. And sure, the journey since then has been a roller coaster because, hello, we're entrepreneurs. That is what we signed up for. It's been a roller coaster. It has been a forge in the fire over and over and over again. But as I lived it, I continued to share it. From the Dare to Share challenge, which was the next idea. Okay, I've dared to share. Who else will dare to share? Over 100 women signed up for that challenge as soon as it was born, as soon as it was given to me. June, July, August, every single day sold out. I'll dare to share. I want to dare to share. I need to be part of this challenge, part of this movement. This is incredible. And then we went bigger. We did the Dare to Share Summit. 15 women paying me to go and speak on my first stage. I'd never even created a summit before. I didn't know what I was doing. But I dared to share as I created it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I want you to come and be a part of this. I've got this idea, this vision, and I'm living it. Who will live it with me? Who will wave the flag with me? Who will stand side by side with me as we create change together? The calls were louder than anything I had heard before. Then the Legends Summit, the next idea. Over 40 speakers from across the globe. I want to be part of this. This is incredible. I need to be involved in this movement. I need to show my people, my community, my clients, my audience that I stand for real and raw leadership, that is who I am. I'm not fake. I'm not curated content. I'm not just my success stories. I'm everything and all of it in between. And when I stand side by side in alignment with that movement, with that mission, with that message, they see my heart. That gap gets bridged. They realize that I'm not so different from them after all, and that if I can do it, they can do it too. If I can lead myself, I can lead them too. This is the power. And now I continue to stretch myself. I continue to stand in that fire, to run into it with both feet and to stand and let it consume me, because I know that in the heat, I am being reborn. I am being forged, that I rise like the phoenix. Where is it? It's there. I rise each and every time, but I don't wait until I've risen to share. I share it in the 100 degrees, right where I am, right now. Because that is the most powerful place and space that as leaders we can share from. Because that is the human experience. That is the journey. That is your leadership. And right now, I'm in that fire again. We are 2 months out from Real and Raw Live in London, my first ever in-person event, an international stage with women flying from all over the world for a one-day event. How? I have no idea. What am I doing? I've no idea. I'm figuring it out as I go, and I'm not trying to pretend that I have it all together and that everything's going to be perfect and I know exactly what I'm doing. I am just moving with courage. I am being the embodiment of the change that it is that I stand for, and I am going first over and over and over again. Because as my people, as my audience see me continue to stretch my own edge, continue to get more vulnerable, more real, more raw, more human than ever before, I become the permission slip for them. I show them that it's okay to lead with the human first. That it's okay to share that we don't always have it all figured out. That it's okay to remove the layers and the mask and the smoke and the mirrors that we don't mean to have, but because of the way that we've been taught leadership should be, we have it nonetheless. And right now, I'm in that fire and I'm in it with you. And I'm not on some throne trying to lead from a kingdom whilst all my people are out on the battlefield getting killed for my kingdom. I am on that battlefield with you. Braveheart leadership, warrior leadership. We fight side by side, we stand side by side, we lead side by side because we all believe in the same thing. Change, whatever that change is for you. We all stand together because we see the power on the field. We're not fighting for a kingdom, we're fighting for our beliefs, for our values, for our integrity, for the lives that we want for our families, for our children, for our children's children, for generations to come. That is the heart of Real and Raw. And that has been my journey of alchemizing all of those fears and doubts and worries and insignificance, inferiority, imposter syndrome, and alchemizing it into a story of abundance in every kind, but most of all, an abundance of courage. My life right now is fueled by courage. As I go bigger and bigger and bigger, that's the thing that I lean into. And essentially, that's what my people pay me for, because they see how I move over and over and over again. And they know that if I can move like that, I can hold them whilst they move like that. That I can be that permission slip for them to go even bigger, for them to get more vulnerable, for them to start sharing their heart and their truth and their voice in the most realist and rawest way, so that their communities and their clients connect with them. Because connection leads to sales. Sales become the automatic byproduct of real and raw leadership. You just have to learn to fall in love with a journey, fall back in love with life, with business, with sales, with the experience. Whatever it is that you're navigating right now, whether it's your next 100K launch, whether it's pivoting in your business, whether it's selling everything you own and moving across the country or the other side of the world, whether it's taking your kid out of school and homeschooling, whether it's meeting the love of your life, whether it's creating a global certification that will change lives for hundreds of years to come, whatever your next edge is. Real and Raw is a way to bridge that gap between your success and where your clients are and where they perceive you to be. We remove that and we bring it together and we build connection at a soul level that is so magnetic, sales become the automatic byproduct. No matter what you do, no matter what you create, because they're not buying the offer, they're buying into you, into who you are, into how you move, into how you lead yourself. And that is my journey of alchemizing my pain into my purpose, into my passion, and into my future of pioneering a revolution that is changing the online space. It's everywhere you look. Everyone is mentioning Real and Raw everywhere you go. but a lot of it is lip service. Real and raw, it's about who you are behind the scenes. It's about the moves you make when nobody's watching. And it's about the willingness to share that as you do. And so I would love to invite you into my world, whether that's to come to Real and Raw Live, London, June the 1st. If you feel that pull, if you know that you are the 1% crazy, the 1% who does things that doesn't make sense to anyone else, who flies across the world because you desire to, then come and get in the room with sisters who also move like you. Maybe you're called to one-to-one mentorship. This is my most premium space for the premium woman who already knows that I'm her person and knows who she would become by being in my energy, by being in my space, by doing it together. Collaboration at its most beautiful. Or maybe you just want to dabble. Maybe you want to come and watch one of the summits. Maybe you want to speak on the next summit. Maybe you want the RAW framework to start integrating into your content, into your stage. Remember, the world is your stage. You don't have to speak on a physical stage to be a speaker. You are a speaker. If you're a leader, you're a speaker. You're speaking on lives, you're speaking on reels, you're speaking to your clients, you're speaking on masterclasses, you're speaking on podcasts. You are a speaker, whether you like it or not. And the RAW framework will help you really harness the power of your voice and remove, really it's a removal of all the things that are holding your audience back from connecting to you on that soul level. So I would love to invite you into my world. You can come connect with me at Clare Garner Official. Phoenix-rise.co.uk is the website. I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait for you to dive into the other incredible women on this summit. And until next time, I will see you all soon. Remember, more real, more raw, more human than ever before. Bye for now.